Here's the most common thing that I hear when I'm talking to small to mid-sized businesses. We're small, we don't need a handbook, we're like family. And to that I say, I'm so glad that it's worked out for you so far. And I don't want to live on fear. So I get it. Let's like hope for the best. But family members still need to know the rules of the house. I have a 14-year-old and don't think that we don't have rules of the house that I'm constantly communicating to this kid because he draws his own conclusions, right? Or he's just not thinking at all. Prefrontal cortex, like not developing is a thing. When something goes wrong, and it will, if you say we don't have a policy for that, that is not a defense. That's just irresponsibility. So what happens without policies? One manager gives 3 days for a death in the family, another manager gives 1. Now you have a potential inconsistency claim. Or you discipline one employee for being late, but the other does the same thing. It's a different manager and they don't get anything. That's a potential discrimination claim. Or an employee is harassed and you have no harassment policy and didn't do any harassment training, you are liable for that. So policies are not punitive, they're protective for both the employee and the employer. They protect you both. A policy does not mean that you don't trust your people. It means you've thought about what fairness looks like before a situation happens, before you're having to decide under pressure. That's why like organizations like the military go through so much training because then when the situation comes up, you've got some muscle memory. You know what to do. Policies are similar. We're deciding these before we've got any emotions, before we've got a human attached to it. And so we're saying, here's what's fair and equitable, and here's what's aligned with our culture before any situation ever comes up. It is clean, it is crisp, and it is the right thing to do. So let's get into some required policies. What policies do you need to have legally, whether because your state or federal regulations say so, or just because without them, how in the Wild West are you operating? So I'm going to give you 5. There's more than that you need. But I'm going to start out with 5 what I think are required policies for every single company. We are starting out with the anti-discrimination and anti-harassment policies. We're defining what it is, we're defining how they report it, and we're also outlining what our investigation process looks like. And then, my friends, if you have to have an investigation, you need to follow your process. That should go without saying, but I think sometimes we forget. Our management team, our HR team, our office manager, we as the owner, whatever that looks like, we need to know what it says, and then we need to follow it. Must be in writing, must be communicated, must be enforced consistently. This policy is clutch, it's foundational. We have to have it present. So we're talking Title VII, ADA, ADEA, you're covered by these even if you are a micro business. These matter to all of us.